I'm Davey.
I'm Misty.
DM
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And welcome to another episode of DM Watch Podcast. Real quick, guys, getting into it. Blue and yellow. You guys make sure you support Ukraine. You can send those people whatever help you can send. It's definitely dire need over there.
Absolutely.
DMWatchPodcast.com is where y'all can find us and catch us on all the streaming services. Win some crypto, not service dogs. Say hello. So you guys may have noticed we weren't here. We had some technical difficulties and wasn't able to do it yesterday, but we're back.
We're back.
We're back. And so
We're
about to do, we're always come back. And so we're about to do it again. So the way we always do it again is we go ahead and roll right into it, into another fishbowl
We're not
topic.
going to even talk about it.
Talk about what?
We're not going to discuss it.
What?
I thought we were going to announce it.
What? Oh, you want to announce it?
Well, I thought we were going
Okay,
to
well then
announce
we're
it.
going to announce it then. We're going to announce it.
I was like, oh, okay. Just,
No, we're going to announce it. So here we are. All our DM Watch fam, we got some news, and the news is this. So I am standing next to the next Kansas State House Representative candidate.
Yeah, candidate
For District 82 for Derby and Mulvane, Kansas. Yay! Yay! So my wife is going to be running for Kansas State Representative.
Yep.
And so we actually go up tomorrow to file for her to become an actual candidate for Kansas State House.
This
right?
is really happening.
Yes. So yes, it's really happening.
This is not a drill.
Not a drill, and we'll be updating you guys on our journey. As of we have
Absolutely.
found already, it's some work.
It's a lot of work.
It's some work running for office. It is,
Really
it is some
tired.
work.
Then
So
you throw in technical difficulties
Yeah.
and you're like,
yeah,
you know,
so exactly.
I got a bed. I'm going to
Yep.
go use it.
Exactly. So we will definitely keep you guys updated on what and how, on this journey and how
Yes.
things are going to go across.
Because
So
I
it's-
think everybody wants to know how.
Yeah.
It's not so much of who,
Mhm.
but it's how. How does one do this, even at
Yeah.
a state level? So
Yeah.
I want to document as much as we can.
Yeah.
And maybe even, I might have a podcast
Yeah.
about doing all of that.
Definitely
and-
going to have TikToks, websites,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that stuff. So
But
you guys be
anyways.
on the lookout for that. We got a lot of stuff going, a lot of stuff working, wheels in motion.
Yeah.
So,
It's one of those, somebody's got to stand up. We already have a platform.
yep. So
And
it's going to be a good journey. You guys
Yeah.
going to be with us the whole time.
Yep.
So, all right. So the fishbowl topic of today, I happen to choose, and my wife's about to giggle when I pull this one, or when I say this one. Fishbowl topic of today is hair.
oh
Cultures,
my
culture,
God.
styles, and etc.
Okay, so this is so amazing. And the reason why this is so amazing is because Davey has his barber.
Mm-hmm.
He's an amazing barber.
Oh yeah.
But Fish,
Yeah.
is-
Shout out to Fish Quick Cuts.
Quick Cuts here in Wichita and
Mhm.
Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's in both places, he doesn't always get to come to Wichita. And Davey needed to get cleaned up.
Yeah, need to get cleaned up, as I call it. So I got cleaned up. All right. You guys may have noticed there's a little bit more missing on my
There's-
beard there.
There's like 3 inches.
Yeah, a little
missing.
bit more missing in the beard, and I am not a happy person
No,
whatsoever.
This man,
I came out and I did not have a smile on my face. Now we are not in the business of dogging a
Nope,
business
not gonna say
whatsoever.
nothing. It
We're
was
not,
a
so we're not. It was a
misunderstanding.
misunderstanding,
a little
but,
bit of cockiness.
but I'm still pissed. But
and
I'm-
you have every right to be.
Yeah.
He got into the truck and I was looking at
Yeah.
him. And here's the weird thing. I was looking at your lining because
Yeah.
we're very particular.
Mhm.
And me being an ex-hairdresser, I'm very like
Yeah.
looking him over, but I wasn't looking at his beard.
Mm-mm.
And then he goes, yeah, look.
Yeah, look, because I wore a mask, so she didn't
And
see. And
he turned towards me and I went, no,
yeah, it's gone.
It's
So,
yeah. Not that he's not handsome.
Yeah, but
not
still-
that he can't grow it back.
Not that I'm not happy about either, because I am not happy
but
whatsoever. But it's just the point.
it's the point. It was not. It's not what you asked them to do. But more than that, as we had discussed, you had been growing this out.
Yes.
Since you
I left the
retired,
military.
since your retirement
Mhm.
ceremony, because you had one.
I had to shave it to go
and
to
you
retirement
shaved it
ceremony.
to do your ceremony, and then
And then and then I grew this one. So this has been going for about 2 years now.
2 years.
And he just trimmed it
Like,
down.
you know, a trim here and there, but not like.
Yeah. And keep in mind, all I did was ask the guy was, hey, I need you to trim just the wild hairs.
Yeah, he just wanted him to.
They picked the wild hairs. So
a little bit bigger.
So as we said, the topic today is hair, the different cultures and different styles of hair.
Right.
So I will touch on something. It's not, I mean, there's obviously a difference. I mean, everybody wants to sit here and be like, oh, you know, why is it a white and black thing? Oh, yes, it is a white and black thing, and textured hairstyle, the way that it looks on each individual and so on and so forth. So as you guys can see with my wife's hair, I mean, you take a look at that, and that is just, I love it.
He loves it.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, I honestly forget that her hair is dyed pink.
Well, I do too, but I have to go back for a minute. I wasn't done.
Oh, okay, go ahead. What you got?
This is the whole point of this fishbowl topic, though.
Mm-hmm.
It had become your identity.
True.
It wasn't, it's not that it can't grow back, but you, after 22 years, had to find your identity. Mm-hmm. What did Davey look like outside of a uniform? Because that's all his closet was. Uniform, t-shirts, and sweatpants. That was it. So he had to find his style and your identity and how you like your hair and if you wanted a beard or not. And that's what upset me was that was, and it happens to women all the time. It's not a comfort. I'm just saying, as women, we like our hair a certain way, and then we go to that one salon that one time and they chop it off, or they make it green, or they fry it with a perm. Who knows what they do to it? But
the thing is that I've been to the guy before. You know what I mean? I've been, now granted, you were talking years ago. But years ago, but you would think even going to him from years ago, not that he would remember me, but it's like, okay, I know his style of cutting.
Right.
I like his setting. So, that much ain't gonna change. The guys listening to you.
That's what hurt me about it, was that your identity was taken away from you in that instant.
Yeah.
As far as your look identity.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And you didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And that's upsetting. And that's why we wrote that. Because people, you want to match your inside to your outside. And that's where the pink hair comes from. It matches me and my personality. And it's something that will never change. The hair length might, but the color stays.
Yeah, but I think it can, like I said, it can also depends on who's doing it. You know what I mean? It seems like no matter what, you can tell people, and as I look back, I feel like I should have brought a picture. It's like there is no misunderstanding of what, you know what I mean, of what he, thought I wanted. So, but
that there is, there's not so much as, well, I guess it's a texture thing with hair though.
Yeah.
Your hair needs more oils, conditioners, things like that.
True. But
of course.
For a while though, I had to, I found out I've been doing my hair all wrong because, I used to wash my hair on a daily basis. Then my wife was like, you're not supposed to wash your hair.
You're literally stripping your hair of all those wonderful oils that your scalp is trying to produce.
So, but let's talk, different cultures. So like, I find that like a lot of people I've been noticing have been going to dreads.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people have been going to dreads. Too. Yeah, like white and black.
Yeah,
white and black.
Of all different kinds of backgrounds.
I was shocked when I saw a white person with dreads. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
But I mean, it's weird because again, growing up in California, you're used to it. San Francisco, Berkeley, seeing all that stuff. But out here, it's different.
It was weird seeing all that because
and there's some people that look really good with it, and some people that don't.
It's like,
please stop.
Same thing with coloring your hair.
Oh,
look, I will tell you right now. Look, we all have those ideas, and it's like, you know what? Hey, my hair will look great being purple. See, now before you didn't have you had an excuse because it was like, look, I'm gonna try it out. You never know until you try.
Yeah.
Now there's an app for that. There's apps where you take a picture of your face or and it's like, hey, now color my hair yellow, color my hair this. There's apps for that. So you can know what your hair look like when you like, hey, I want to dye it this color. And that should be your indicator. Like, this is probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go with something else. And if you still decide to go with it, it's like, well,
that's on you.
Bring on the insults. Remember, you asked for all of this.
Yeah, it's hard because it doesn't look good on everybody.
Yeah.
But What I love though is because see, I've been doing my hair for so long, since the 80s. So like growing up watching Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
And I was always so jealous because where do you get the hair color? Like we didn't have options like that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like every day I get to live out what I wanted to look like as a little girl, as an adult. I was like, I can't wait till I'm an adult. My hair is going to be any color I want it to be.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I've gotten to do that, and I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah. And you have to, you also, like I said, you have to, I noticed that from back then when we were younger, we see the hairstyles, you know, I find that like they got stuff, I mean, obviously with technology and all that, but I feel like things that they develop now is more harsh on your hair than the way it was before.
Yeah, well, but what was before was more natural.
Yeah.
We have way more preservatives now.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, like, and that I believe that plays a part in, you know, why hair looks the way it does now. It's like, man, that doesn't look natural. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It looks so weird. Because like I said, we'll see people, and well, no, that's just it. Sometimes it just doesn't take, right? They got half purple. they got half purple. They got, you know what I'm saying, or half pink. But she gets compliments every time we go somewhere though on her hair.
I literally
she gets compliments every time we go somewhere on her hair. From all kinds
of people.
Yeah, they're like, I love your hair. I love your hair. And then obviously I try to steal spotlight, but like, oh, thank you. Like they talking about mine, but I'm already in a do-rag.
Jealous.
But like, man, so, but no, I think now what's also I find in style is no matter what culture, except I don't really see it much in the African culture.
Wow.
It's bald. Like it's a thing that a lot of people are like, screw it.
You're talking about for men and women?
Yeah, men and women.
You know, and I think it's because only certain women can really pull it off. And I'm not saying like, but then there's those women that it's like you wouldn't think they'd look good bald, and then they go bald for whatever reason, you know, whether by choice or medical. And it's like, wow, they're amazing. They look amazing. And it's got to be in its own way like this freeing thing for the ones that it's a choice. I'm sure it's very freeing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never looked. Yeah, I don't think I ever looked good in it. I did it very short, like buzz. Well, I had to. Yeah. My hair had melted at one point.
Well, some women, you know, they look really, really good with the bald look.
Yeah, seriously, what's that?
Yeah, they look really good with the bald look.
They really do.
Yeah. Like
so many.
So like I think that Jada Pinkett doesn't look bad with the bald look, but I just think there's been so much negative attention on what's going on with that situation.
Well, again,
nobody cares.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I personally don't. Her personality doesn't seem like it would mesh with mine, so I'm like, but she's gorgeous. I still recognize her for her accomplishments and her, you know, acting and her beauty is just, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Any kind of hair. Yeah. Well, Halle Berry is another one though. Yeah. She's amazing with short hair, like really? short hair. Yeah. I
and
she, but
yeah, Halle Berry is
amazing. Melanin.
Because she did
amazing.
Didn't she cut her hair short for Catwoman? I think that's what it was.
Something.
I can't really mention that. People like we don't want to remember that movie.
Rose chick.
Who's that? Oh, Amber Rose.
Amber Rose.
Yeah, she looks good with her haircut.
She's amazing.
I think she's always had her hair. No, she hasn't always had her haircut, but she looks really good with. And it's like dyed it blonde.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It's dyed it blonde, but
yeah, it is. It's very it is very cultural. Wigs, like I grew up, my mother loved wigs, not because she had to have them, but in the 70s, 60s, 50s, that was a big deal to have a good wig. To where you could just brush it out and style it the way you wanted and never touch your own hair.
What about, which has been a trend for years, and it's gotten so good now that it's hard to tell. Weave.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't. You
cannot
tell what is weave anymore. You
can tell those who pay the money or those who actually take the time and find someone amazing, because hair has become cheaper. You can get good hair for pretty cheap, and there's places everywhere now that you can get it.
Don't get me wrong, it's you know it's weave or a wig if one day she look like Amber Rose and the next day her hair is down her butt.
But at the same time, like it's hard because a lot of women didn't realize that people put pieces in their hair, to make it fuller. So like, you
Yeah.
see these really cool hairstyles and they're all full and amazing. And I'm like, why is my hairspray not working? Why will my hairspray not make my hair do that? Same length, same color, this should work. And then you realize, oh, they've got clips in their hair
Yeah.
that give more hair.
Like that ain't right.
And I'm like, that's not fair.
Yeah. So but I also find that men are doing it a lot too. Like men are doing the same thing now. So it is way more common, whether it be weave or like the hair treatment where they'll lay hair down on the ball with glue or something like that.
They've gotten amazing.
They've gotten pretty good with this stuff. You can take a dude
that stuff
that is doing the George Jefferson line and thing. Then all of a sudden it's a full head of hair. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got folks like Jamie Foxx that we just confused. But I think he went with the bald look now, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but you have folks like him for a while. It was like,
it's funny though how hair trends happen, because at first, I mean, come on, when they first started doing the tattooing, tattooing.
Yeah.
It was cool looking.
Yeah.
And then like a few years later, like, I can't. That's a tattoo.
Yeah. And then you get because I think I was gonna say it was Tyson that did that, but he's always been bald though. He did that face tattooing thing.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he did the face tattooing thing. So
But you know what I'm talking about? There's that one guy, I can't think of his name.
That's what?
But he's got the tattoo, like you pointed it out to me. You're like, look, that's a tattooed lining.
Oh.
And I was like, that's amazing, but you can kind of
sure wasn't Jamie Foxx?
No.
Okay, all right, because I was like, man, you can tell that's not really his line. That's like, but I know what you're talking about. It's tattooed, like, or they'll use a really dark pencil or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's cool, but
it's cool.
I can tell. I mean, you could do the Giuliani thing and what was he? You don't remember when he was talking?
Oh, I remember.
When he was talking and his sweat was coming down and it was black.
You know what's sad about that is like, okay, so now we have Topics, which is a shaker, like hair fiber in different colors. And because it's fibers, there's no reason to have any kind of spray in color.
Yeah.
Like it'll cover a bald spot and you'll never know.
Yeah. Yep.
And it'll create a lining and it's just, it's amazing stuff. So I'm like looking at him going, did nobody on your team tell you don't have to have a spray can of color anymore?
Yep.
Like
exactly.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah. And it's
no longer the world of Ronco for men's health and hair care.
I didn't feel bad for him. I was laughing because
it's
like, how come you don't realize this has happened? Or because also, I mean, let's be honest here. No matter how you feel about the guy, love him or hate him, everybody knows what Trump got going on with that hair, right? It's because you haven't seen like.
So in his book, in that book that I have, what's the name of it?
I can't remember the name, but you do have the book.
Fire and Fury, or Fury and Fire. Anyways, it's not written by Trump, but it's about Trump. They talk about his hair and how it was a scalp, like they split the scalp because he was bald on top. And so they made an incision on the top of his head and then like facelifted and moved the hair scalp and sewed it. So what we're seeing here is the reason why it swoops that way is because it would normally be on the side of his head, which grows in that swoop pattern.
Oh.
And so if you pulled that up, that's what it would look like. So I don't know if it's true.
We have no idea what's going on. I mean, we know it's not real because I mean, I seen the Jimmy Fallon when he asked him if he could like rub his head at Jimmy, and he said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead," acting like it was real. And he rubbed it, and it started to come off.
Oh yeah,
it started to come
I
off.
think that was a joke though, but because his hair has always looked like that. But it makes sense because it was like a procedure done in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
And so that's that's what they say, and it makes sense when you look at it. But what I love about it though is it has transferred over to men. Like it's not just us women anymore that are putting in hair pieces or filling in color or doing stuff. Men are, and you guys are doing it obviously with your beard and stuff too. Like it's just cool.
I'm glad you mentioned beards have become a true fashion statement now.
No,
of a
they
man.
are.
Like, because I'm telling you,
They are.
but I think the one thing I can never
baby.
get with when it comes to a beard that I will never like and I would never want is when they shave all the inside of it and then like the inside of your beard and then it's like, yeah,
it
it's
has
like,
a very crisp line.
yeah,
in there.
and
I
it's,
know
I'd be
what you're
like,
talking about.
it just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you got the Rick Rosses. To me, that's too much. What Rick Ross got going, I'm like, bro, that's
Well, it looks good on certain things, like a superhero thing, like you have to have a very chiseled
Yeah.
face for that. Like, who played Ares in Hercules, like the TV series? That guy had a very chiseled and had the inside, but it was like flames. Like it was either Ares or Hades. I don't remember who he played, but like I can see that, but it has to be very specific face type.
I agree, because you can't just, oh yeah, this will work. No. But also when you talk about hair as a fashion statement, like you've seen when people be walking the carpet, or at the fashion shows with their hair, like, I mean, that looks cool, but like, show me something that you would actually wear out. Like you would not be wearing hair with looks like a castle made out of hair on the top of your head. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like that makes no sense to me at all.
But it's fun.
You wouldn't go anywhere with that. But like I said, I also like, seeing the different cultures, the things that they do with hair, because there are a lot of the reasons like I like the African culture or even the Native American culture. It's like a lot of the stuff that we use for our hair, they don't. They got things that it's like, no, we use all the natural herbs and like.
I thought you were gonna go into your.
I was just about to say juices and berries.
Dude, you're coming to America.
Like coming to America. What are you using this up? Juice and berries. Ain't nothing but bullshit.
That's bullshit.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of it is like, look, I mean, hell, think about it. Look, the Asians. The rice water.
Yeah,
they've been using rice water, and their hair is amazing.
And I'll tell you this about rice water: it
works.
It works.
Rice water
made his hair so super shiny and brought like the color out of it. It was the strangest, most amazing thing I'd ever seen, because I'd never heard of it.
Right, which I'm probably gonna need a treatment on my beard now. So
and now there's the other side of hair care though. Or hair is the hair care and the companies that control it. And it is BS. It is complete, absolute BS.
Absolutely.
That we have so few products for African culture, and we have no products for Asian culture.
That's true.
Native,
you gotta go to that one
culture.
spot, that one spot in the corner. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, Sally's ain't gonna have what everybody's looking for.
And as I've said before, it's the same thing. People are gonna fight me on this, but I promise you, some of the stuff that is meant for his hair is worse for his hair, because what it's doing is actually drying it out more, which is going to make him use more product, which is going to make him buy more.
That's true. So you guys,
where I can give him my shampoo, and guess what? His hair is better in better condition than it was when he was using things that flourishes. Was a part of your culture.
Right. Because like, a lot of people talk about, the castor oil products. Now, I'm not saying castor oil by itself doesn't help.
Work.
But when you this Jamaican castor oil with black castor oil and stuff, like, look, maybe it's just me, but when I use, these things with these labels on it, I'm like, man, my hair was falling out. I was like, what in the, but hey, it's all depends on who you are.
And that's what's upsetting. And they do it for my hair too. But you got to be careful, guys. One, nobody is supposed to wash their hair once a day unless you are one of those people that has a whole bunch of oil. So younger people usually have a lot of oil.
Yeah.
Your hair if it's oily, but really once a week is all you need.
It's all you need. So
it's all you need, because you're stripping your hair and you just got to take care of it. He puts oil in his beard, puts oil in his hair. I take the beard oil, put it in my hair, make it all shiny and smell good.
Trust me, we both are about to do some beard care on me for the next weeks.
I'm gonna treat you like the little, I can't think of her name, but I had a little doll that you like pulled on her hair and it grew. I'm gonna do that on your beard. I'm just gonna gently start pulling on it.
I'm telling you.
I hate that happened to you, my love.
Treat me like one of them bonsai trees. You gotta just keep
I'm
going.
so
But anyway, yeah, baby, you got anything on some hair? Any more on some hair?
You know, just guys, read the back of your labels. Do what works for you. Careful in the heat you put on your hair. I don't care what kind of hair it is. Stay away. Please stay away from relaxers. Please. Unless you're going to a professional.
Yeah, because you can't make out the majority of the stuff they're putting in there anyway.
You're gonna get burned like you wish. Oh no.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be careful out there.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it.
I think it's it. I can talk about hair all day long.
Yeah, that's what we get. But
I really could.
But yeah, that's what we had time. So hey, blue and yellow guys, make sure you guys are supporting Ukraine any way that you possibly can, and them folks really need some help. DMYpodcast.com. It's where y'all can find us. Catch us on all the streaming services. We in some crypto. Our service dog says goodbye. And one more time, like we said in the beginning, make sure you guys go over to vote Hobbs for Kansas. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, Hobbs for Kansas for
the number four, Hobbs for Kansas.
Hobbs for Kansas, pretty much on all social
social media,
and I'm on Facebook too.
Yep. So I'm gonna tell you right now, it's time. There are some things that are going on in this country that we do not agree with, and we're sure you guys don't also. So if you're watching this from another country, hey, you can still go over to the Hobbs for Kansas. Still like the page.
Follow it.
Hobbs for Kansas. Make sure you guys check it out. HOBBS, the number 4 in Kansas. Guys, check us out. We appreciate your support. So, signing off for DM Watch Podcast, I am Davey.
I'm Missy.
And we are DM Watch. Thank you guys for all your support. We appreciate you. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye. This is the last one for the week. Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's Thursday.